Imagine a world where the pulse of the planet suddenly stops. Not a heartbeat, but a signal that connects every corner of our existence. In a single, terrifying instant, the digital glow that defines the 21st century vanishes, leaving behind a profound and eerie silence. We click, we refresh, we wait, but the connection is gone. This is the story of the great shutdown, a world without the internet. What happens when the invisible threads of our civilization are severed forever? Let's explore the fragility of our modern digital empire. The first hour is marked by disbelief. At the New York Stock Exchange, the heartbeat of global finance flatlines as trading screens freeze. Brokers shout into dead handsets, realizing that trillions of dollars in wealth have just become inaccessible numbers in a ghost machine. On the tarmac, the world slows to a crawl. Cargo planes are grounded because the complex algorithms that guide them have vanished. Delivery trucks sit idle. Without GPS or centralized routing servers, the supply chains that feed our cities have been paralyzed. At the local grocery store, the crisis hits home. Electronic payment systems fail, turning a routine shopping trip into a scene of frustration. As the first day ends, the realization sinks in. This isn't a temporary glitch. It's the beginning of a new, analog reality. By the end of the first week, the infrastructure begins to crumble. Without remote monitoring, power grids fail, plunging entire continents into darkness. In hospitals, the digital safety net has vanished. Doctors and nurses must rely on memory and paper records to save lives. Communication regresses by a century. The post office becomes the lifeline of the world as handwritten letters replace instant messages. Months pass, and the social fabric begins to reweave itself. People gather in parks not for recreation, but for vital information. Physical bulletin boards are the new social media. News, help-wanted ads, and missing person notices are pinned to cork and wood. The economy turns local. Without global e-commerce, people trade physical goods and services at bustling outdoor markets. Geopolitics fracture. Central governments struggle to maintain control over distant regions as the reach of mass media disappears. Years later, the digital age feels like a dream. Children in schools learn from old, dusty encyclopedias, the last relics of global knowledge. The monuments of our era, the massive server farms, are now silent shells being reclaimed by the steady march of nature. We see a world that is quieter and slower. The high-tech frenzy has been replaced by a simplified, communal way of life. The shutdown taught us a lesson in fragility. We were more connected than ever, yet more vulnerable than we ever dared to imagine. As the sun rises over this new world, we must ask ourselves, if the signal never returns, how ready are we to live?